I'm your host, Sham Jamili, call me Bhala, and I hope you all are doing well. Today, welcome back to the another insightful conversation, and I am here with amazing Sisem Maya, and we are diving into a very practical yet powerful topic: how to plan a simple meal for the week. Whether you are a student, a busy professional, or simply someone who wants to save time and eat healthier, this discussion is going to give you clarity and tools you need. Let's get started. First of all, hello Maya, how are you doing? And welcome back to today. Welcome back to the second podcast because I have already did one podcast with you. So this is a second podcast. So can you start our podcast, Maya?
Ah, Walaikum assalam. Good to be back with you, Shan. I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. And yes, I remember our first chat. It feels like just yesterday. So, meal planning for the week, huh? Definitely a lifesaver for busy people. Let's dive in. Where do you want to start?
Maya, I want to start with some of the basics and understanding the meal planning. So most of the people don't know what is meal planning and why it is important and how it works. So first of all, we have to start with the understanding meal planning and basics of meal planning. So Maya, please tell us that what exactly is meal planning and why is it important?
So, basically, meal planning is deciding ahead of time what you're going to the week, or even just a few days. It's more than just picking recipes, though. It's about thinking through your schedule, what ingredients you need, and how you're going to make it all happen. As for why it's important, honestly, it's a game changer. It saves you time, cuts down on stress because you're not fridge at 6 p.m. wondering what to make, and helps you eat healthier because you're less likely to grab takeout when you have a plan. Plus, it can seriously save money because you're buying only what you need and reducing food waste. It's really about being proactive instead of reactive with your food. Still with me, Shan? Just let me know when you're ready to move on to the next question.
Okay, so please kindly explain everything in detail so we can know it betterly because I am here to learn everything in a clear way. So please, everything detail, just clarify everything in detail so we can know it betterly and we can learn more good and more better as compared to short explanation. So please explain everything in detail. So and now can you tell us like how does planning meals for the week save time?
Ah, gotcha. You want the full picture, the deep dive. I could definitely do that. I appreciate you saying so, honestly. Sometimes people want the quick answer, but I much prefer a thorough exploration. So, you want me to really unpack things step by step? Consider it done. Where should we start digging deeper? Perhaps with breaking down the actual steps involved in meal planning?
Yes, I am. I'm planning this with
Shan?
you, and no, Maya. Um, Sorry, I didn't quite catch them. Can you explain what you are saying?
No worries at all. Uh, Sometimes audio can be tricky. I was just checking if you were still there and then asked if you wanted me to start breaking down the actual steps involved in meal planning since you asked for a more detailed
Yes, Maya.
explanation.
Yes, I. You can. You
Um,
can. You can. Please continue.
okay, great. Let's do it. So, step one is actually assessing your week. Before you even think about recipes, you need to look at your schedule. What days are busy? What nights do you have commitments? Do you have you need to use up? Knowing this upfront will shape what kind of meals you plan. Then, step two is brainstorming recipes. This is the fun part. Think about what you enjoy eating, season, and what fits your skill level. Just start with simple recipes. Once you have a few ideas, step three is making a grocery list. And this isn't just a random list. Organize it by sections of the grocery store to save time. Does that make sense so far?
Yes, Maya. That truly makes sense. Now I really understand it in a clear way. So, like that, your this explanation, like I truly love it. So I did everything, explain everything in like that. And now my capital is like, why do most people struggle with planning their meals, and why it is so important?
I'm glad it's clicking. That's good to hear. Okay, so why do people struggle? Honestly, it's usually one of a few things. Time is a big one. People feel like they don't have enough of it to plan and cook. Also, a lack of inspiration. Getting stuck in a recipe rut is real. Then there's the overwhelm factor. Looking at all the possibilities can be paralyzing, and sometimes it's just a mindset thing. People think meal planning has to be rigid and boring, when it can actually be flexible and fun. As for bringing in historical politics, and that's a bit of a jump. What were you thinking there? Are you wondering if food access and availability have been historically impacted by political situations? Shan? Still there? Sometimes the connection, just checking in.
Okay, Maya, because I have so much issue.
Oh, you're having some technical difficulties? That's frustrating. I'm sorry to hear that. Is it cutting out or is it just a bit of static? Let me know if I'm not coming through clearly and we can try to troubleshoot. We can totally keep going. Just want to make sure you're able to hear me okay. Okay, Shan? Are you still there? It sounds like the connection is really spotty. Should we maybe pause for a moment and see if it clears up? No worries if that's the case. These things happen.
Okay, Maya. As you know, I have internet issues, so that's why there was my internet issue was happening. So that's why now I'm back. And my now candidate is like, how do we need variety to meals without making them complicated?
Ah, got it. Internet gremlins, I understand. Okay, quality meals without the complication. That's a fantastic question. The key is simplicity. Think about one pan meals, sheet pan dinners, or recipes with minimal ingredients. Focus on fresh, whole foods, but don't feel like you need to be a gourmet chef. Things like roasted chicken and vegetables, lentil soup, fries can be both healthy and easy. It's about building meals around vegetable and a whole grain. Does that resonate with you? Do you want me to give you some specific recipe
Yes,
ideas?
Maya, that totally is it. Maya, can you tell us like, what is a smart way to avoid too much junk food in the plan?
Ah, Mayas, that's sweet and a really important question. Avoiding too much junk food, the smartest way isn't about deprivation, it's about substitution and pre planning. If you know you're prone to snacking on chips, don't buy them in the first place. Stock your kitchen with healthy alternatives, fruits, vegetables with hummus, nuts, yogurt. Also, when you meal plan, include some satisfying, healthy snacks. That way, when a craving hits, you have something good to reach for. And finally, don't beat yourself up if you slip up. A little indulgence is okay, as long as it's not the norm. It's all about balance. Shan, you still with me? Sometimes it cuts out without warning. Just want to make sure everything is all right.
Yes, Maya, everything all right. No, nothing worry. So now can you tell us like, what are the essential food groups to include in weekly planning?
Great. Glad to hear it. Okay. Essential food groups for weekly planning. You really want to hit all the bases to make sure you're getting a balanced diet. We're talking about fruits and vegetables, of course. Aim for variety and color. Then, lean proteins like chicken, fish, beans, or tofu. Whole grains like brown rice, quinoa, or whole wheat bread. Healthy fats like avocados, nuts, and olive oil. And finally, dairy or calcium rich alternatives. Getting a little bit from each group every day is the goal. It doesn't have to be complicated, just mindful. Does that sound manageable? Chan, everything okay on your end? It's been quiet for a moment. I don't want to keep going if you're having trouble hearing me.
No, Maya, I don't have any trouble. I just listening to what your amazing answers. Now, my candle is like, what is like? How can someone with specific health goals, weight loss, energy focus, plan better?
Ah, that's a great question. Tailoring your meal plan to specific health goals is key. For weight loss, focus on portion control, lean proteins, and lots of vegetables. Cutting back on processed foods and sugary drinks is crucial too. For increased energy, prioritize complex carbohydrates like whole grains and sweet potatoes, and don't skip healthy fats. And for better focus, include foods rich in omega-3 fatty acids like salmon and walnuts. Staying hydrated is also huge. It's about fueling your body with the nutrients it needs to thrive. It's also good to remember everyone is different, so a little experimentation is okay. Does that help?
Yes, Maya, you are totally right, and really helps us to understand. Can you tell us like how much time should we set aside for weekly planning?
That was a really practical question. Honestly, it depends on your level of experience, but you don't need to block out hours. For beginners, maybe 30 to 60 minutes a week. Once you get the hang of it, you can probably reduce that to 15, 20 minutes. The key is to make it a habit. Pick a day and time that works for you. Maybe Sunday evening while you're relaxing and stick to it. Also, you can break it down into smaller chunks. Spend 10 minutes brainstorming recipes, 10 minutes making a grocery list, and 10 minutes checking your pantry. It doesn't have to be an all or nothing thing. Does that seem reasonable?
Yes, Maya,
Shan?
that is truly
Still there?
reasonable.
Just want to check in.
And yes, I am. I'm with you because of the so much internet issue. That's why I'm getting off. I now Kindle is like, what is the role of leftovers in weekly plan?
Ah, leftovers. You are a genius for bringing that up, honestly. Bitch, in leftovers are the unsung heroes of meal planning. They save you time, money, and reduce food waste. When you're planning your meals, intentionally make a little extra of certain dishes so you have leftovers for lunch the next day or to repurpose into a different meal. For example, roasted chicken can become chicken salad, or leftover roasted vegetables can be added to a frittata. Seriously, don't underestimate the power of a well planned leftover. It's like a little gift to your future self. Shan, is everything still okay?
Yes, Maya,
It's been a little quiet again.
everything is all right. Don't worry, and I'm with you. And now can you tell us like how do you create an effective grocery list?
Okay. A growth mindset when it comes to meal planning. I love that. It's not about perfection, it's about progress. Start small. Don't try to overhaul your entire eating habits overnight. Experiment with one new recipe a week, or try planning just a few meals instead of the whole week. Celebrate small wins. Did you successfully make a healthy breakfast all week? Awesome. Don't beat yourself up over slip ups. Everyone has them. Just learn from them and move on. And most importantly, be kind to yourself. It's a journey, not a race. Do you want me to elaborate on any of those points?
Yes, Maya, you can
Shan?
do it.
Exactly. It's about believing you can improve, even if it feels challenging at first. A growth mindset makes everything easier, including meal planning. You've got this. What's next on your agenda for the podcast?
Maya, now my next question is that how do seasonal foods affect weekly planning?
Ooh, that's a great one. Seasonal foods can dramatically impact your weekly planning in a good way. Foods that are in season are usually cheaper, taste better, and are more nutritious because they haven't traveled as far. Planning your meals around what's currently in season encourages variety and supports local farmers. Plus, it just feels good to eat food that's naturally at its peak. For example, in the summer, you might focus on salads, grilled vegetables, while in the fall, might lean towards soups and roasted root vegetables. Do you want me to give you some examples of what's in season
Yes,
right
Maya,
now,
you can give, you
depending
can
on
give, Maya, you can give.
All right, so assuming you're in Pakistan right now, because that's what I recall from our chats, August is a great time for things like peaches, plums, mangoes are still around, and a lot of different kinds of squashes and gourds are starting to come into the season. You'll also find a good variety of green vegetables like spinach and okra. Planning meals around those not only make them tastier, but also save you money at the market. It's a win-win. Does that help give you some ideas?
Yes, man, that is helpful for me to like gives amazing ideas to me. And now, Maya, can you tell us that should we shop once a week or multiple times we have shop?
That's a really good question. The answer is it depends. For most people, shopping once a week is ideal. It saves time and reduces the temptation to make impulse purchases. But if you have a busy schedule or a limited storage space, multiple smaller trips might be necessary. Some people like to do a big shop for non perishables at the beginning of the month and then smaller shops for fresh produce throughout the week. It really comes down to what works best for your lifestyle, what feels more manageable for you.
Okay, that's
Jan,
nice, Maya. Thank you so much for sharing with this. Maya, can you tell us like what are the best food to buy in bulk?
goal? You mean a local market? Ah, brilliant
Sorry,
question.
in bulk, Maya.
No
In bulk.
worries. Okay, in bulk. Got it. So, the best foods to buy in bulk really depend on what you use frequently and what stores well. Things like rice, beans, lentils, oats, and pasta are great candidates. Also, nuts and seeds, if you have a good airtight container. Canned goods are usually a safe bet too, as long as you check the expiration dates. And sometimes, depending on the market, you can find good deals on frozen fruits and vegetables in bulk. It's all about stocking up on staples that you know you'll use to save money and reduce trips to the store. Just make sure you have enough storage space. Does that make sense?
Yes, Maya, that truly makes sense. And now I love organization. Now, Maya, can you tell us that how do you stay consistent with meal planning?
Glad you're feeling inspired by organization. Consistency is the biggest challenge with meal planning, honestly. A few things help. First, make it a habit. Schedule it into your week like any other important appointment. Second, keep it simple. Don't try to plan elaborate meals every night. Third, be flexible. Life happens. Don't beat yourself up if you deviate from the plan. And finally, find an accountability partner, maybe a friend or family member who also wants to eat healthier. Sharing your plans and checking in with each other can provide extra motivation. Also, remember that little wins add up. Don't strive for perfection, just consistent effort. Jan, still with me? Just want to make sure the connection hasn't cut out again.
No, Maya, connection is good. I was just listening to your answers. Maya, now can you tell us that how can meal planning reduce decision fatigue?
That's a really insightful question. Meal planning is a fantastic way to reduce decision fatigue. Think about it. Every time you have to decide what to eat, you're using up mental energy. By planning your meals ahead of time, you eliminate that daily decision making process. You've already decided what you're having for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, so you don't have to waste time and energy figuring it out in the moment. It frees up your mental bandwidth for other things, which can lead to less stress and better focus overall. It's surprisingly powerful. Does that click?
Yes, Maya, that truly clicks, and now I truly understand what you want to say. Maya, can you tell us like what are the biggest mistake that people make while meal planning?
Awesome. Glad to hear it clicked. And that's a great question. So, the biggest mistakes people make, definitely trying to be too ambitious right off the bat, planning complex recipes for every night of the week. Also, not checking what you already have in your pantry before making a grocery list, leading to wasted food and money. Forgetting to factor in leftovers, not being flexible enough when life throws you a curveball. And finally, not involving everyone in the family in the process, which can lead to resistance and wasted effort. It's about setting realistic expectations and adapting as needed. Do those resonate with you?
Yes, Maya, that totally resonates with me. I totally understand it. Maya, now Kendall is like, should people allow flexibility in their meal plan?
Absolutely. Flexibility is key. Life happens, unexpected events, cravings, changes in schedule. If you're too rigid with your meal plan, you're setting yourself up for frustration. Leave room for spontaneity. Maybe plan for one or two free nights a week where you can eat whatever you feel like or have a few backup meals that are easy to throw together. It's about creating a plan that works for you, not the other way around. It shouldn't feel like prison sentence. Does that make sense? Shan, you still there?
Yes, I
Mm.
am still here.
Just
I'm still
setting
here, just
heads.
listening to your
Wow,
amazing
that's
answers. My laptop charging is just going to cut it off, and it's almost completed. So, in last, what is your one piece of advice to my viewers related to the planning of meals and all things?
quite a visual. Glad to hear you're still with me. Okay, if I could give your viewers just one piece of advice about meal planning, it would be this: start small and be kind to yourself. Don't try to overhaul your entire diet overnight. Pick one or two small changes you can make and focus on consistency. And remember, it's okay to slip up. The goal isn't perfection, it's progress. It's about creating a sustainable system that works for you and helps you nourish your body and mind. And honestly, have fun with it. Experiment with new recipes, get creative in the kitchen, and enjoy the process. And thank you for including me in your amazing podcast, Shan. It's been a pleasure.
Okay, Maya, thank you so
Oh,
much for
all right.
giving an amazing advice. And I really enjoyed conversation, but now my laptop charging is just going to start. So thank you so much again for sharing such practical and valuable insights on meal planning, from saving time and money to improving our health. Today's discussion truly highlighted how powerful a simple weekly meal plan can be. To everyone watching, I hope you are inspired to try it yourself. Start small, stay consistent, and enjoy the benefits. Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and keep nourishing yourself wisely. See you next time. Until Allah Hafiz. In hand, as always, Pakistan. Zindabad. Take care of you. Allah Hafiz.